I think
So
that's
I'll
what's
ask a
happening.
quick pre-game question here. How we want to handle it since it's just us three? Do we want to just play it completely straight or do anything special?
Well, I don't know, because I mean, like me and Dante are doing our own thing right now, right? Or is that going to loop back to what you guys are
What
doing?
are you and Dante doing?
Apparently, we're investigating some weird thing that happened in Dante's childhood that he can't quite get a handle on in his hometown, which he apparently lied about. So there's a,
I didn't
mystery
lie
upon
about
mystery.
anything.
Well, I'm firmly in the camp of withholding the truth. Withholding the truth is not much farther from lying.
So where you guys are somewhere in the Tricoga suburbs, right?
Yes, we're out in the countryside somewhere in his hometown.
We're in,
Last I recall, you guys were actually heading back, and I was thinking of time skipping like at least a day or two to convene things together, you know?
Okay, that's cool.
And I
So
was
that's it.
going to ask if I could mod my character.
Ah, okay. Let's go ahead and do the introduction and then get on to that. Okay, so, welcome everyone to Urban Jungle, Fiends in Low Places. Our story takes place in Trikoga, a city filled with furry people going about their daily activities, like running booze and shooting each other and investigating things in other states. Today I am joined by Theta. Who are you playing?
I am Dante, the original. I am a famous sloth magician. I have the personality of Mercurial. My motto is I always have a plan. I have the current goals of one's a secret, and my other goal is uncover the identity of Mr. Wonderful.
Excellent. Hugo.
All right, I play Zamek, a cat person shaman. I work for Dante as his assistant, and my motto is the sun will come out tomorrow.
All right. And last but not least, Rafferty.
Hello, I am Claudia Greathouse, aka the Woman in Black. I am a rich fox masked vigilante. I'm determined, and my motto is justice tempered by mercy. My current goals are to solve my friend's disappearance slash murder, and I also want to uncover whoever Mr. Wonderful is. Aren't we all just looking for Mr. Wonderful?
Surely we all are. To begin, Rafferty, I believe you said you wanted to modify a little thing. What you thinking?
Well, so we started with a campaign gift. I started with a special soak. Can I
Correct.
sell that back for 5 experience points, or do you want me to keep that because it's important to the campaign?
Go ahead and sell it off. Perfectly fine.
Okay, because I also like to spend some of the earned experience points I have and replace that with gossip, since I did just spend a couple days in small town America asking people lots of questions.
Right, and I definitely think that's something that'll help flesh out what your character needs to do.
I mixed with the common people. I understand the common people.
You see, they're not like animals at all. But yeah, in terms of
Some
selling
of them
back
wear
gifts,
shoes.
most anything is up for grabs. I think the only person I would say no right now to is Hugo and his special gift for very special, particular reasons. Everything else is basically characters, so it's whatever. All right. So let's see. Who should we go ahead and start with? Let's go ahead and start with Dante and Zamek. The two of you have spent at least another day relaxing, making sure your show's prepared, and generally trying to shake off that feeling of unease after you were almost threatened and assaulted by a former friend, quote unquote. So
I
the
would
two
never
of you
quote
are.
that.
Yeah, I
Yeah, we can
imagine.
make her quote it as much as you want, maybe several times.
I
Uh,
imagine it's been very uncomfortably professional since then. We've just been keeping it business and not asking any questions. Been
well,
a
I
lot
mean, you
of
do have work to do, and sometimes work just gets in the way.
a
Yeah,
lot of
you're supposed
knowingly.
to be working on something right now.
You had that Sunday birthday party to go to.
Exactly.
I am
A
a
lot.
famous magician. I am not a birthday clown. And
lot
I
of knowing,
gave Zamek homework that he's supposed to be working on.
a lot of knowing looks when Dante's not looking.
All right, but we'll go ahead and pick it up right here. So, Hugo, what would you do with your homework over the past day while Dante is preparing things?
Would you remind me what my homework was?
You were supposed to come up with a stage trick of your own. Something that, to build your own name off of.
Okay, let's just say in the adventure that we've just gone through, I'm still drawing a blank as to what I could do. Actually, I need to talk to you, Griff, about it. So, um, maybe we could
Okay,
do that right now.
well, I'm right
Um,
here. Go ahead.
yeah, I mean, like, how do you add more rituals to your magical power doohickey thing that I have?
As far as it goes, as long as you know how to, you can just do it or attempt to. So far,
Okay,
I've been trying to hand them out as things you can just read and learn. But I would presume that if you put effort into it, maybe you could make a new one if you wanted.
gotcha. Okay. Um, so I guess mechanically speaking, it just works the same way. If I do this ritual, I have to curry favor with, whatever powers granted it to me. And if I succeed, I get to do the thing, right?
Right. You would roll your
The
petition
favor.
power, mind, will, and academics to try to cast a ritual.
But keep in mind, some rituals require special ingredients or only work at special times.
Gotcha. Yeah, I already have a couple of rituals that are really specific. Like I have to do a specific set of things. Okay. So,
Speaking of, you haven't talked to your spirits in a while, and they are dwindling to D6 right now.
okay then. So I guess I do that. I guess I have to perform the second ritual, which I guess I will use Dante for, um, and recite a story of my ancestors to him. Um, and I guess do the thing, right? So that would be what's again, that's a D. You said it's D6 now?
Yes, your power dice is currently D6.
So that would be a D6. You said you said power,
Mind,
mind.
will, and academics. And the power
Uh,
die.
so that would be 3D6 and 1D8, I believe. Correct? 1D6 for the power, D6 for academics, D6 for will, and D8 for mind. All right, here we go.
And if you're spending about 5 minutes on it, you're basically just looking to get at least one success here. So that should not be hard for you. That is 2 successes actually, and a 1. Alright, so where are you doing this anyway? In the stage?
Yes, say I'm practicing my act. Except Dante doesn't realize that I'm actually summoning my favor of my ancestors while I'm doing this.
You've just told me the same story about your ancestors 100 times now.
I know. It's a wonderful gimmick.
Alright. So, as you finish up the story, the wind blows through the theater, and in blows a little bit of trash as the doors just smash themselves open. In flows a newspaper. And of course, it flies directly into your face onto page 9.
Okay, so as I whip it out, I start to read it. No, 9 p.m. Sunday, the unthinkable happens to local landlord, Mr. Foghorn, and his family. Apartment started to burn, family evacuated. Foghorn was quick to blame a doll that recently brought by his daughter. Fires must have sparked from it. Local firemen on the scene were interviewed. Said the source of the fire was undoubtedly started by electrical toaster. Would never trust an electrical apparatus. No. Wow. Okay. Interesting. This guy says the doll tried to kill his whole family. I look at Dante. You want to check it out?
Sorry, what's that? I've been investing in the dirty stockings.
I show him. I show him the piece of the newspaper, and on page 9, and they go. This sounds like a job for the ecology, whatever, occult investigative club that we just joined.
Yes, but I flip back to the front page and say, look at this, sure bet.
Brand new Tricoga Blue Stockings team, sure bet.
Oh,
As
they've
you two
changed
are
their name.
discussing, you do feel a shiver up your spine, Zamek, as you hear a car pull up out front. With the doors wide open, it's very easy to hear the engine sort of sputter to a stop. And you hear very heavy footsteps and a loud slam of the car door as a familiar looking bear begins to enter through the lobby.
And as I,
Oliver!
as I see him come in, I go, boss, I think your number one fan has come back.
Oliver, where are you, you bastard? What do you two do?
I clear my throat. Dante the original, Dante the original. Yes, who is it? There is no Oliver here, it is just me and my assistant.
And of course, you see now walking into the audience is Albert Harvey, looking very visibly upset, and of all things, there is a shotgun strapped to his back on a leather strap.
Oh dear
He has
God.
on an army camouflage pattern jacket and a military cap.
Yes, I'm going to walk to the end of the stage. Where is Zamek on the stage? Just for I know, Hugo.
I got your back, boss. Way back over here.
Literally behind you. Alright. I'm gonna walk to the end of
Behind
the
the curtain,
stage.
be it no mind. So are you going to try tricking him that you're not Oliver?
Yes, like hands
To
on my
his
hips.
face.
Yeah, hands on my hips. Well, I am very fancily dressed.
He did see you yesterday, and he is very familiar with you at this point.
Also, Dante, not that I'm a coward, but you remember this guy did pick me up the other day.
Yeah, and when he was picking you up, I was already in the truck because
Yeah,
I
so
know who this
there
guy
you go.
is.
So there you go. So that's why I
Right.
have you back, Chief.
I'm just saying that I own this fancy establishment. I am famous as Dante the original. There are posters all over the place. Whoever this guy thinks I am, that's on him. That's on him and his shotgun.
Yeah, sure thing. I'll back you up, Chief. Yeah, this is Dante the Magnificent, man. I've been traveling with him all over the world.
Original.
You know, he's famous. He's famous in Paris.
Original. Original.
All right.
Dante the
The original
Well-
Dante. The original Dante.
So would you two like to roll speed, mind, and deceit? If Zamek, if you get a success, you will of course give a assistant dice over to Dante. And of course, you could go ahead and tap your gift too while you're at it, because it's now charged.
My gift.
Yes.
Remind me what that is again.
Your luck, if you recall.
Da-da-da-da-da-dum.
Could I also tap performance?
Yes, I will tap that.
Oh, you
Thank
have it
you for
too?
saying
Yeah,
that.
you could go through your normal stage introduction as you show off yourself.
I mean, I am acting.
And distance yourself from any other personality he might think you are.
I'm acting in the persona of Dante, which is not Oliver.
Okay, here's my assist roll.
All right, so you can go ahead and add an extra D8 to that then. Alright, so there's a 10 in there. I think you probably have him locked out at the moment. You did roll really well by comparison.
Yeah, I beat him on number of successes and highest roll.
Yep. So he is very momentarily dazed. He is sort of boggling for a second and scrutinizing you. But you're not sure this is going to last for long.
I am Dante the Original. I am born from a small Italian village outside of Verona, Sicilia. Who are you to come into my theater and tell me who you think I am? I have it in my mind to call my good friend down at the police station and tell him about you.
And I
He
and I
takes
make
a
to
moment.
I make to go to the telephone.
He takes a moment, sort of is scrutinizing you further. It's like, wait, really? No, what the hat?
And now I'm off
Happened to-
stage, and you can hear me loudly saying, "Hi, yes, Detective Johnson. Yeah, Dante wants you to call in that favor. Yeah, he's got some crazy person in here. I think you need to send like a whole squad of people."
Uh, After a second, though, even as you're loudly saying that, he sort of looks over his shoulder over at Zamek, and then looks back at you and comes to his senses. It's like, you can't fool me. I just saw you yesterday. And he starts mounting the stage.
Yes, I was just outside your house. My assistant had some questions for you. I do not know who you think I am.
And I have some questions for you. And he will reach out for you and try to grab you.
Okay.
This is undoubtedly action. I'm going to go ahead and put you here, and I'm going to put Zamek, you can be at a short range. And I will go ahead and draw up the generic citizen, making his first impression.
From an army man to a dairy farmer.
Yep, I know, sad times, isn't it? Alright. So,
What? No
he's going
bear
to try
guy?
to grab you.
If I were to try and counter him, could I use my legerdemain to grab the shotgun from his back?
Can you counter with Ledgermane?
It is an attack.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, I was just like
don't-
looking for just like confirm. It's like, yeah, it's just totally attack. Do it.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it is
Area.
listed that you could, like, steal someone's gun from their hand when they try and shoot you, so I'm assuming you could.
Yeah. Okay, so he's gonna go ahead and try to pull a grapple. And you are
That-
countering.
That does tap your non-combatant.
I am not a non-combatant, so that's not a concern of mine.
I don't know why I thought you were.
And it is a tie.
Which is great, because he's
Alright.
grappled me, but now I've got your shotgun pointed at you. Which is more of a reason for you to not grapple me.
Alright. Well, he still has you held, and you will still have to soak 1 hull damage. Do you do any damage back to him with Ledgermane?
No, it's just a
I do not
disarm.
think so.
I do
Just
not.
disarm.
1 second, I got a d6 to soak. Alright, soak 1.
Alright, soak 1. And seeing as you have grabbed his shotgun, he's going to take his second action to guard. Because that's what smart people do who are suddenly slightly panicked about what's happening. It is now your turn.
I'm gonna threaten him with a shotgun. So, scare.
All
Can I
right.
assist? Can I assist him?
If you want to go first and go ahead and roll the same stunt as well, sure, go ahead.
What would I have to roll?
It's body, will, and presence. Are you
Yes.
a team player?
Body.
It's a gift.
No,
No,
I
'cause
don't
you're-
have. I don't have
Okay.
a team player. All right.
All
But
right, sometimes people do.
I do have body, will, and presence. So
You are at a short distance, so I will be rolling an opposition die.
For the benefit of the recording, by scare I meant frighten, as in the urban jungle it is called frighten.
Correct.
Okay. All right. D4 and 2d6. Okay, not that great, but. Uh,
Okay, here's your particular opposition die for trying to assist. You are too far away for him to care.
And unfortunately, you are also now dazed. Dazed.
Gotcha.
This is a stunt. I would have
Alright.
preferred us both to not be dazed with a guy in front of us, but whatever. We are not the combat team.
Indeed.
No, we're definitely not.
Alright, so now I go to frighten him.
That is correct.
What are you
You don't have
doing?
resistance.
What are you doing? Let me go. I will shoot you where you stand for trespassing. Get out of my place. I am Dante, the original.
There you go. There's a 6 in there.
Yeah, I don't have to declare a favorite use first, do I? Can I see what he rolls and then do it?
Yep, you sure could. Well, it turns out to a tie.
Well, I don't need to sweep, so... I mean, who wins in a tie?
In this case, I would assume he just becomes panicked anyway.
Yeah, because I mean, I've got
Yeah,
the benefit of a
usually,
shotgun.
Often we'll break a tie and a scare by letting somebody retreat, and he can't really do that since he's got you grabbed.
Yeah, unless he wanted to let go, and I don't think he does. So he is both guarding and also a little panicked.
Which means that he would have to get out of eyesight of me to stop being panicked. Unless he's got a friend behind him.
Of course, he could still counter you if you try to go through with your threat.
Right.
Yeah, so he's sweating, but he's still got you grabbed. It's a standoff. I love this game.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably got me by the lapels, but I've also grabbed his shotgun, probably under his chin. Like, obvious. This is a very bad position for him.
You can... Okay, so with that pulled off, and of course, you're currently dazed, he just sort of stares you down and goes, "You think that's the first bullet I've ever taken?" But you can hear his voice wavering a little bit. Just tell me where she is. Where's Claudia? What did you do with her?
And I just go, what makes you think we have anything to do with it?
I don't know.
This bastard have everything to do with it in the first place.
I don't know who your daughter is. Or sister, or wife, or... Look, there are a lot of ladies in this town.
Don't tell me you don't remember her, you bastard.
How would I? I only just heard about her this yesterday.
1 second. Don't tell me you forgot about Wanda, too. You're the reason why she's gone, and now you've taken someone else from me. What?
And I'm just like, listen, why don't we all just take a deep breath and compose ourselves, and
What?
we can talk it out, and
Why
maybe
do you
we can
keep
come
doing
to
this to me?
maybe we
I
can come
don't
to an understanding.
understand. I just
Well,
want
we
her
don't-
back.
Well,
And he
why
will
don't we?
slowly let you go. And he will slump down, crying.
And I'll just walk over and I just pat him on the shoulder. I'm like, listen, buddy, listen, I get that you lost this person. Why don't you let us help you? Why don't you explain to us what's going on? And maybe we can help you figure out something.
He'll nod for a little bit and reach up for your shirt and blow his nose straight onto it.
And I'll just like pat his head like, yeah,
Uh,
okay, sure. Yeah, thanks.
It, it was about a week ago. Claudia was acting up again, and I was telling her off for going out to the woods with her friends. I told her all the stories. She just didn't listen. I think she just thought I was trying to scare her. I'm pretty sure that night she just went out there alone. Was it just to spite me? Did she hate me? And he starts crying all over again.
And I'm like, there. I'm pretty sure she didn't hate you. You know, how old was she?
She's just 11 years old.
Oh, come on, man. You know how 11 years old are, man. You tell them to go left, they automatically go right. You tell them not to touch the thing, and they set themselves on fire.
Didn't find anything of her out there, though. Didn't find any tracks. Didn't find any loose pieces of fabric on any of the branches. Nothing. It's like she just disappeared.
Okay, all right. So, why don't you tell me the story about what happens in the woods? And maybe, well, not maybe, we'll definitely check it out. We have some friends. We
I
can look into some things.
I don't know what happens out there. I just know
I
this
heard,
bastard here has something to do with it.
I go,
How do you do it, man? How do you make him keep disappearing? Why?
I wasn't here a week ago. I mean, I've probably sat in a seat and I put, like, the shotgun down across my lap, but I still had the barrel facing his direction. I do not. I mean, he's crying and I might look a little uncomfortable, but this is also not a person I'm gonna let my guard down around because of I know who he is.
Right. For as tearful as he is, and as much as he seems to be paying very good attention to where that barrel is pointing, he doesn't actually have a speck of fear in his eyes.
But yeah, like I said, I just said I wasn't here a week ago, so I don't know if he has a.
Yeah.
well, listen, I don't know what the story is between the two of you, and I don't really think it's relevant to what's happening with Claudia directly when I look at Dante. But you know, my boss is a well-known magician and occult investigator, and we'll see what we can do about it.
A code investigator?
Occult.
He just stares at you blankly for a few seconds.
Let's just say we study the unusual and the mysterious.
He just sort of thinks for a moment and then looks over at Dante and goes, "If you think I'm gonna hire you for one damn second."
Oh no. This is on the house, pro bono.
Ah,
I just can't stand to see a great big bear like yourself just broken down and crying like this. Breaks my heart. Right, Dante? And I give him another knowing look again.
you can see him crack a small little grin at that. And he just sort of nods and says, "Thanks. I just been. It's been so worked up."
Oh no, I get it. You know, I'd be tearing this whole place apart if someone I cared about just vanished without a trace. That's why me and my boss Dante, we're gonna look into it, and if we can find out anything, you'll be the first to know.
If there's anyone who's ever walked out of that woods and didn't get trapped out there, I guess it's him.
He's
You
certainly special,
sure?
sir.
We've met a forest
Ditch the
warden.
accent, you
I'm
jerk.
just like I just give him like the cutthroat thing, like just don't say anything,
I'm
please.
not
But
looking
I'm
at
like,
you though, so we met a forest
Yeah, as much
warden.
as you're mediating, he keeps snapping his attention right back to Dante every time.
Yeah, I mean we're probably exchanging pretty hateful looks, but I mean, forest
I'm just
warden out there. What was her name? I don't remember. She seemed to think it was a pretty safe place.
and I'm just straight up like, no, stop, like stop.
Well, it's not like you don't know where I live. If if you find her, please just bring her back.
Did you go assaulting the woman who's walking around in those woods? Seems like she might know.
Well, woman.
I guess this is the point where I look back at Zamek. What was her name? She gave it?
Do you mean the forest ranger?
That's what
She
I
didn't
said.
know anything.
Yes, but she's walking around in the woods just fine, saying things are dandy.
Yeah, forest ranger? It's news to me.
Yeah, when we were investigating the woods, we ran into a woman who said she was forestry conservationist person.
Oh yeah, that junk. That nonsense. Yeah, I hear the state kind of tried setting one of those things up. Start designating a whole bunch of places as parks. Doesn't seem like there's a point to it to me, but eh. He just shrugs very nonchalantly.
Okay, all right, we got that. All right, well listen, sir. Like I said, take a deep breath. Um, and we're on the case. Me and Dante are going to look into this for you. And if we can find out anything to help find your daughter, you'll be the first one to know.
Thanks, and he starts snapping a little bit, trying to remember your name.
Zamek.
Zamek, right. And he'll reach out a big paw on your shoulder and just, like, pat it twice. Not bad for a native.
Thank you, I think.
And he'll go ahead and, start turning to leave, and then stop himself and go, hold up, that's my gun.
Not anymore, it's not. This is down
Uh,
payment for whatever
no.
help we assist.
Nope.
You don't
I
walk
will-
into my establishment and threaten me with a shotgun and not hand
Dad,
it
I will
over.
fight you,
You
Oliver.
will fight me, and the name is Dante.
You... Okay, so are you really gonna start another fight with him now?
I mean, how far away from me is
Just
he?
give, him, just give him the gun, boss. Just give him the gun.
No,
back.
before Zamek starts
I think
rattling off arguments at me, how far away is he?
Like 2 meters.
I will mime pushing my hand towards his chest and make a roll on a thing I haven't used yet.
Ooh.
Because I
Who can use this?
would like to. Well, actually, that's way more successes than I
More.
need.
I'm gonna assume your first die was your power die, right?
Yeah. So
Okay,
I meant
so
to make that
that's-
distinction on there. Why? What did it roll?
It rolled a 1.
Okay, so that goes down.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
still.
that's still 4 successes.
Yeah. But
You could shove him out the door.
yeah, that's what I was going for. I thought shove was a 3 for some reason. Mass shove is a 3. So yeah, I'm gonna say that last thing I said.
so. You are super effective.
But it's gonna seem, like I said, I make the mime of pushing my hand at his chest, so that the second I make contact, he just goes flying down the alley, or not the alley, the space between seats.
Right. He starts to
Aisle.
take a step up to approach you, but he starts getting dragged out by his one heel that's in contact with the ground, as if by some unknown force. He is frightened and startled by this, as he is dragged bodily out of the theater and the doors close right behind him.
Well, I mean, as
And
awesome.
as a door, and as a door slamming, and I just go, "Don't forget about our Thursday show."
Alright. That was hilarious, but what are you guys gonna do now?
Well, after he slams the door, I just look over to Dante and I go, "That's a neat trick."
Yes, I learned it in the Orient. There are masters of pressure points that we will learn a fine thing from.
Yeah, as I turn around, like, yeah, I'm finding out something new all the time from you, boss.
Yes, like how to put on an amazing stage show. How about that act you're supposed to be practicing?
Oh yeah, the act. Yeah, sorry, I was interrupted by your past.
No, that's the guy you pissed off earlier. I have no idea what that's about. I was in the truck.
Sure thing, Oliver. Sure thing. And I go, I walk off to my whatever, my stage room to prepare to start working on my act.
Probably turn in a low voice. For the guy I saved from slavery, this guy is pretty uppity.
All right, so the two of you are just going to stay around for a while and work, right?
Well, pretty much. I mean, we either have to go investigate this Claudia disappearance or go investigate this thing in the newspaper.
Yep.
Because when I go back to my room, I'm totally not preparing for my act. I'm totally reading this newspaper article.
So,
Yeah,
let's go ahead
like
and
any
transition
kid
to-
of the time, right?
Yeah.
Do your homework,
go.
reads comic book.
Let's transition to our other Claudia, because there aren't enough of them in this story now.
I like to think of myself as better Claudia.
Clearly. Claudia number 3. So, Claudia, you have arrived back on your train. I assume you took the midnight train back and just slept on the way.
Yeah, I think I would have also sent a telegram to the captain telling him the name I ran into and the location. Just a name and a location.
Captain, do you mean the police commissioner, or did you mean Boone?
Let's see. Boone. Yeah. I would have
Yeah.
sent that to Boone.
Okay,
I'm not friends with the commissioner yet. We don't have a red phone set up for anything yet.
that's true. So you do send off the telegram. You do, of course, pay to get the response from them via telegram as well. But that'll come through in maybe a day or two.
Well, he has my phone number, so I'll just go home.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I just go home thinking about how this Mr. Wonderful, he's like got whatever he is, he's got connections everywhere. And he's filling the underworld with acid. It smells like lavender. But to what end?
Truly a mystery, ma'am, says your butler as he comes by. I prepared tea for you.
Excellent.
Is it Earl Grey?
I guess so. I don't think we would be doing weird stuff like green tea yet.
Ah, well, this is a French vanilla, you see. Imported.
Ah, the French.
Your mother did always
decadent.
love it.
All the peoples of the earth. At this point, since 1920s, I should say something horribly racist, but I won't.
Gosh darn
okay.
those Canadians.
So I have these other addresses that are in the book. It's time to go looking up where these are.
Which book was that?
That was Merle's address book. One of the addresses he was sending checks to is here in Tricoga.
Yes, that's right. The club. Let me go ahead and scroll back down, because I believe...
And also, and now that I'm back, I'll also check my messages.
No messages at the moment, unfortunately. I'm just scrolling down to the appropriate place, because I'm trying to find out what the name of that club was again. Because I wrote down exactly one place, and then I didn't copy it to the rest of my notes, because I am stupid like that sometimes. Where is it? I should probably organize things better. That's what I'm thinking. Or is it all the way up here? That's the other stuff. Man, where did I write this down? It's driving me insane because I want to find this. I'm going to use search feature. There we go. The Bear Hill Golf Club in Woodsville.
Okay. Golf is an expensive sport.
Thinking of joining up to a club, ma'am? You can always get out your father's old set.
Let's see. I'm not an emeritus there. My family didn't belong to Bear Hill Golf, did they?
I'm afraid not, ma'am.
It's an invitation only?
Well, I could call and ask if you would like. I believe some have decided to be slightly more progressive and allow others to come onto the course for a particular fee.
Normally, I'd
But
call
if memory
myself.
serves, I think the Bear Hill one is slightly more exclusive than others. The fee
Hmm.
might be higher, but it's nothing that the family cannot pay for.
I suppose I should hire a butler for my butler, so my butler's butler can call. The extra posh. Okay,
Well, then
now I'm
what would
just
I
getting
have to do all day?
order the butler around. Look, I may be rich, but I'm not oil trust rich.
That's true. We just simply were never that lucky to strike oil. Had to sell off all the Texas properties to keep things going.
No, we didn't sell all those handguns to the Confederacy for nothing. Why am I so horrible?
You just want to push that line, don't you?
To be fair,
Oh,
we haven't really discovered what your family did to get their money just yet. But this serves as something, doesn't it?
I'm sure it was something of the. No, I'll have them put in a call. In the interim, I guess we'll go find my personal trainer, and we'll go. And because I'm like Lara Croft without the British accent, I've converted the ballroom into a boxing ring so I can train.
All right. And of course, your personal trainer is on call and ready.
Yeah. So
Uh,
we spar. So yeah, we spar if you want because I have to train like Batman
I'm going to
constantly.
go ahead and just make a random boxing attack roll here.
Sure.
Let's just see how well your training goes.
I'm pretty good.
Let me see.
Got the fundamentals down, but I really need to work on the combinations.
And it turns out your trainer gets soundly beaten today.
Yeah, I'm actually disappointed. We'll just call it an early day.
Must be. Well, at least we still got the exercise routine, right?
The problem with these boxing techniques is while they work in a ring where people are obeying the rules of the Marquis of Queensberry or whatever that guy's name is, on the street people are a lot more ruthless. I must also become more ruthless. Steeple my fingers.
Maximum Ruth.
Yes, Maximum Ruth. To wonder who is this Mr. Wonderful? What is his goals? Plagues me. But then I guess I just move forward my daily affairs or whatever.
All right, so you will essentially take your time handling your affairs, well, whatever they might be right now. You are still ultimately a trust fund kid at this point. You aren't really managing anything of your family, are you?
I suppose. I don't know if I already did this, but I suppose it can't hurt to hire a private investigator to look into my friend's death. Why did I write down my friend's name? I wrote down all the names but except the name of my friend.
I did leave it open for you to fill in, and we just never got around to filling it in.
Oh, then it's William Breakstone.
William Breakstone. I'm going to go ahead and go update my own notes with that real quick, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Well, then I'll just go ahead and hire a private investigator to look into see it. Well, I've got money, so they might not turn anything up, but at least they'll exhaust obvious happenings.
Okay, so you can go ahead and hire out an investigator easily enough, and of course they'll charge commission for actually finding something for you, and
I'll
a
give it.
small rate for days that they're looking.
I'll send them money on a retainer.
All right, simple enough. And the butler will come back and say, "I've gone ahead and called the Bear Hill Golf Club to inquire about their membership. They are accepting at this time if you are interested."
Excellent. I will attend their next gala. Now to pour through the society pages because Tinder doesn't exist yet. Find myself a suitable date.
Of course. Let's see. I'm going to take a 5-second bio break here, if you don't mind. I'll
All
be
right.
right back.
So, you like stuff?
Have you been watching The Mandalorian? Because that's about the only thing that I've been like thoroughly enjoying front to back since it started.
I have not. Where
Oh
is
my
that
God.
streaming? Is that Disney Plus or
Disney
something?
Disney Plus. Um, I mean, I'm not one of those people that's like it's worth it just to watch that show. They do have every Marvel movie, every Star Wars movie, every Pixar movie, and every Disney movie, and they're gonna have like exclusive Marvel TV
Yep. And censored
shows,
episodes of Gravity Falls.
apparently, and censored episodes of The Simpsons.
Oh, well, those are just the bad transfers, from what I understand.
Right. So,
Yeah, no,
but
they went through and they airbrushed Grunkle Stan's fez. They removed the symbol from his fez
well, I haven't
for
seen those yet.
some reason.
So, I will say, like outside of Star Wars, it's probably one of the best TV shows I've seen. It doesn't even feel like a TV show. That's how great it is. It totally feels like it should be a movie.
Neat.
And as a Star Wars story, it is phenomenal. Like, if you're a fan of Star Wars, you will not be disappointed, both in the fan service and in the actual like core story that it presents.
Do we get Twitch dollars for this endorsement?
No.
I wish.
Damn it!
I wish. But yeah.
I'm just gonna sit back and relax on my Casper mattress.
And Baby Yoda is awesome. I want a Baby Yoda so badly. It's the most adorable thing ever.
Is it really Yoda?
No, it's the same species that Yoda's from. No one knows the name. It's just called the child in the show. They just call it Baby Yoda because it looks like a Baby Yoda.
Yeah. See, I feel kind of bad because it's like so it's Lone Wolf and Cub, but in Star Wars.
Pretty much, and it feels like an Akira Kurosawa story. So, yeah, so far it's been really good. My only complaint, it's not really a complaint, it's just because like it's trying to do so many things at once that like it swings sometimes from being really, really serious to really, really goofy and then back to really, really serious again.
I have
So
returned.
every once in a while it just goes, wow, okay, that was weird. But then again, you just remember like Star Wars is supposed to be really campy and pulpy anyway. So then you're like, oh, okay. So like there's always one moment in every episode where you're just like, oh, that's really kind of cheesy, but it works. It totally works, and like no part of the show feels like bad or forced or anything. It just feels like really good storytelling.
Well,
With
TV should
people-
be fun.
Yep.
And with
Speaking
people
of
who
pulp
actually
media.
like, and people that, and more importantly, like it looks like a show like people who actually like understand and appreciate what they're trying to put forth. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel shallow.
All right. So, what are you plotting? So you want to actually get a date and go through that, or is that just busy work?
Oh, I could make a roll if you want me to.
It wouldn't be too hard to find somebody as a date, but if you want to find someone good and matching, yeah, let's make
I
a
mean,
roll.
if I'm
What
going to
would
be
help?
Historia about it, the usual thing to do is to find one of my is to find a gay friend and attend as his beard. That way I don't have to spend any time talking to him. He gets to look heterosexual in public, and I get to do my investigations.
Here we go. You know, just the bureaucrat. The man has actually gone into politics. He is Theodore Luchis.
Okay.
He is a skunk, and he has a prime position up in the board on Trikoga.
Oh, okay. Well, I tell him this is just, I make pleasantries in a social call. I just learned gossip, and I've learned how to be pleasant.
Oh, well, that would be a wonderful change from the usual then, huh?
Yeah. Well, before I was just moping and withdrawn, but now I've realized after the disappearance and presumed death of my friend Breakstone, I have to get out of my that this is a living, breathing world, and what kind of person am I who's been given this strength and this power to not make the world a better place? It haunts me.
I think maybe you're setting your ambition a little bit high there. Let's start with getting you talking to other people who don't work for you. Let's start there.
And start there.
So what do you have in mind exactly?
We're just gonna go to the we're supposed to go to Bear Hill. My goal is that we're going to show up and do a round of golf and hang around and do pleasantries. But this is I want to get a feel for the place, and I'm basically casing the
Of course.
because the address that
How much are you actually telling him that you're casing the joint, though? Or is that private to you?
when I mentioned Theodore here, is Theodore the candidate I was talking about somebody who just needs to be seen in public being hetero?
Yes. This is someone you used to know, and you knew he had some different interests.
Yes. Let's call that women's intuition.
Of course.
So I would just, I'd be explaining to him, hey, let's go on the night. It'll be fun. What you say? I mean, I don't tell him, but I do tell him, like, let's just go out and have fun and be seen. And I use the coded language.
Of course. Have to get you out and about and seen by everyone.
Yep.
And he gives you like a little wink. Well, he'll gladly come by and pick you up and have his butler drive you out to Bear Hills with him. And
Sure.
along the way, he'll catch up a little bit. So, what exactly did you go out to do? Where did you go? South America, was it?
I'll do an entire tour: South America, India, some of the Polynesian islands, Krakatoa, which is actually east of Java and not west of Java. So abroad, just moped around. But now that I have time to think about it, I say, staring out the car window as the lights go by, that there was an emptiness inside of me, an emptiness that I needed to fill with purpose.
Yes, I'm familiar with that sort of emptiness, and I feel it all the time. And he smacks his prodigious paunch.
Yes, it is to laugh. But please, that's enough about me. Tell me all about yourself in great details. I'm a great listener, and I just listen.
Well, it's boring work. I helped the mayor get onto his election platform, but even though the election's over, I'm about campaigning for him all over again, just trying to get people in places and get the word out. He's going to go hard on this Prohibition thing. He's actually called in some help from the Bureau of Investigation for it. Bunch of agents running around the city now. I'm not sure quite how I feel about that kind of federal overreach, if you understand. I'm a believer in states' rights and that we can solve our own problems. We don't need this government getting in the way.
Cost intervention. Well, Prohibition's here to stay, so we need to get used to it.
Yes, what a shame.
There's no way they'd repeal an amendment like that.
I suppose I'll just have to keep the wine cellar locked for a few years yet, huh?
No, you can drink the wine all you want. You just can't buy more.
I suppose.
It's not illegal. It's not illegal to possess it. It's illegal to buy it, which basically means the rich can get drunk all they want. So screw you. Once again, screw you, poor people.
Afraid my family was never quite that rich. So I have to be completely dry.
And you guys have heard of Malort, right?
No, what is that?
Malort is a medicinal tonic that was not from Chicago, that was not banned during Prohibition, but it's totally an alcoholic beverage.
Wonderful.
It tastes terrible.
Takes care of headaches.
Takes care of what ails you.
All right. So the two of you will go ahead and head out to the club. And it is a rather nice golf resort. It's got a main building which serves as a functionary for any number of events, and of course it has a nice ballroom as well. And currently it's simply serving up some simple lunch, and people who have nothing better to do during the day have arrived and are out on the fields golfing a few
I'll ask
What is the
innocent
word
questions.
for that? I keep forgetting.
I'll ask an
Do it a few
innocent
rounds.
question. I'm
Uh,
sorry?
Oh, you had a question. What was that?
Yeah, I will. While I'm there, I'd ask an innocent question. That if we were to have a package delivered, what address would we send it to? If we needed to send something here in advance to the Bear Hill,
Well,
and then
first,
after you tell me the address, I'll compare it to the one that's in the notebook.
to get in, I would like you to tap wealth.
I will do
Because
so.
there is a $200 registration fee.
I will tap my wealth. I am
There
now
you
tapped
go.
out.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll send you our newsletter as well.
Hooray!
And of course, you will go ahead and start asking about amenities and such, and try asking about packages and letters.
Yeah, if I were to send things in advance, like for the next formal function, what address? And then when they give me that, I'll just compare it to the one that the go-between was.
All right. So, what
Sending
do
it.
you have to ask questions while not appearing suspicious?
Well, this isn't that suspicious of a question, but I want them to give me something, so that's usually negotiation. And if it's something they should have no reason not to give me, I would get an assist bonus.
Yep, absolutely. So
Okay.
let's go ahead and roll my negotiation and go ahead and take an assist.
All right. So one success. So they would
One
do
success.
something that they wouldn't mind doing.
Oh yes, well we do have a few boxes for members here. Normally we simply wait to see if anything is sent to members from here, and we hold them until necessary. We have a
Boxes is the address. I think to myself in notebook. It was the address. I want to say Salmon. What was his name? Slater. The address in Slater. Is it a box?
no, it is not to a box. It is to the address in general.
Weird. I gotta push my one success here and ask. So, what do you do with misdelivered packages? Can we just send them care of the place if we don't already have a box?
Well, usually we'll just try to send those back if they're misdelivered, but I believe we have someone who's handling that. Let me see if I can find where she is. And this is me actually scouring my notes trying to find her name. Where are you? There we go. Oh yes, I believe Miss Okachai actually handles that. She would be the person to talk to. She's taken over those duties as well as a few others as of late.
What did you say, Quidshai?
Ochiai. You see, she's Oriental. But a sharp mind. I believe she was a nurse, actually. Handles a little bit of the first aid that must happen around here. Tries to keep people's hands off of the, what was the thing you said earlier? The malar... The alcoholic medicine.
Malort.
Malort.
But
Yes,
no, but this place
keep
would
people's
have
hands off the Malort.
this place would have a wine cellar. The wine, it's a $200 entrance fee, but the wine is complimentary.
And believe it or not, sometimes some people just can't help themselves and go for the alcohol, rubbing alcohol anyway.
Good to know. I'll wander around, like I said, casing out the place, because I want to come break in here later. I'm guessing it's like the golf house itself, like is in the middle of a large expanse of nothing, basically the golf course.
Correct. There is a at least 3/4 of it, of the area around it, are the golf course, and then the other quarter is like starts to merge into like rich suburbs.
And I'm guessing they would have plain clothes. Oh wow, so it's already in the suburbs. And there's no fence around the property.
None whatsoever.
Okay, but obviously I don't see any dressed security. If they had anybody, there might be a. You guys have heard the term house dick before, right?
You don't see very much dress security on the premises. No. However, you do see at least a few individuals who seem to have their own security.
Well, so they look like made men, mobsters.
What would you have to determine that?
I am going to question my beard, since he is works in the government, and ask him, are any of these people, do you recognize any of these people?
All right. Is that a roll that
That
we
would
gotta
probably
make
be
here?
mind and questioning.
Yes. Okay. Let's do it.
Hey, you think
You
those
just
guys
listed
are
all
criminals?
businesses at me.
You think those guys are criminals?
Not
I-
everyone who has a little bit of money is a criminal.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
don't.
much as it might seem like that.
Yeah, I don't have any questioning dice.